Hello and welcome to another episode of Disney Movie Investigation. If this is your first time watching, welcome to the show. In each episode, we take a look at a movie that is featured on Disney+. On this episode, we are taking a look at another Planet of the Apes movie as we take a look at War for the Planet of the Apes. And if you are enjoying these episodes, I do ask that you please hit that subscribe button. That way you'll be notified with each new episode. Now, sit back and enjoy this episode of Disney Movie Investigation. So like I said, today we are covering War for the Planet of the Apes. This movie was released on July 20th, 2017. It was directed by Matt Reeves, and the screenplay was by Matt Reeves and Mark Bomback. The production companies were 20th Century Fox, TSG Entertainment, and Sheridan Entertainment, and it was distributed by 20th Century Fox. The budget for this movie was $150 million, and it did a box office return of $490.7 million. So let's take a look at the production. So after Fox executives saw the cut of Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, they quickly signed Matt Reeves to return to direct a third installment of this modern trilogy. The official announcement was made in January of 2014, and during an interview with Andy Serkis, he said that the film's location was still not known. In May of 2015, it was announced that the title would be called War of the Planet of the Apes, but that would quickly change in October of 2015 to War for the Planet of the Apes. In August of 2015, it was announced that Gabriel Chavarria and Woody Harrelson had joined the cast. In October of 2015, it was also announced that Steve Zhan had joined the cast as a new ape character written specifically for this movie. Filming of the movie occurred in Vancouver under the working title of Hidden Fortress, and filming also took place in Kananaskis Park in Alberta. The special effects for the movie was created by Weta Digital, and Michael Garachacho would return to compose the score, and a soundtrack was released digitally on July 17th and on July 28th in CD form from Sony Classical Records. In terms of the cast, we have Andy Serkis, who performs the role of Caesar, Steve Zahn, who performs the role of Bad Ape, Tony Kebbell, who performs the role of Coda, Judy Greer as Cornelia, Woody Harrelson as the Colonel, Gabriel Chavarria as Preacher, Roger Cross as the Captain, and Amma Miller as Nova. In terms of the plot, Caesar and his apes are forced into a deadly conflict with an army of humans led by a ruthless colonel. After the apes suffer unimaginable losses, Caesar wrestles with his darker instincts and begins his own mythical quest to avenge his kind. As the journey continues, he brings them face to face with Caesar and the Colonel, and they are pitted against each other in an epic battle that will determine the fate of both their species and the future of the planet. So this movie had an interesting marketing campaign. Special behind-the-scenes footage was shown on November 22nd, 2015 during The Walking Dead as a part of a contest that was announced by Matt Reeves and Andy Serkis. The winner of this contest would be featured in the film in a motion capture suit as an ape. At New York Comic Con, as a special event, fans would also get an exclusive look at the film. And a video game tie-in was also released called Planet of the Apes Last Frontier. And this game was released on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and the PC. So in terms of recommending this movie, I think this movie is actually quite interesting because it flips the narrative on top, upside down, where this one, it's actually the apes and Caesar that are the protagonist and the humans are the antagonist. It's very interesting because most of this pits the humans against the apes, where you're cheering on for the humans. What unfortunately with this movie, it tends to be really interesting at the beginning and really interesting at the end for the final conflict and the climax, but the middle part is quite borderline boring. It just kind of slowly paces, and it's trying to build an emotional impact towards the climax, but I just don't think it works as effectively as they wanted it to. It's still worth checking out. Andy Serkis' performance as Caesar is amazing. Same with Steve Zahn as the Bad Ape. Both are really good, and it kind of turns the narrative upside down, which is actually really interesting. So definitely worth checking out. Just be aware that it is a longer movie, and it is a little bit hard to get through at points. So thank you so much for joining us here on another episode of Disney Movie Investigation. I would invite anyone to please leave a comment below on what they think of War for the Planet of the Apes. And as we look forward to our next episode, we're going back to the animation realm as we take a look at another direct-to-video sequel, as we take a look at Aladdin and the King of Thieves. So until next time, I hope you have a magical day, and we will see you real soon.